Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to day 6 of our 30 days of yoga challenge. Today we are getting specific and we are going to create flexibility throughout our hamstrings. So I am going to suggest that you have a strap of some kind, a long sock, a belt, a tie, really anything that can make your arms a little bit longer. You're just going to need a little bit of space to move, and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down, and I want you to have your strap with you. Make your way down onto your back. And we're just going to kind of do a couple different varieties of hamstring stretches today to lengthen the back of our legs. So let's start to lift the right foot up into the air. And you can place your strap onto the ball of your foot just underneath your toes, and then send your foot up into the air. And if you don't have a strap to use today, you can hang onto the back of your leg and just kind of use your hands to hold your leg up and just flex your foot all on your own. Encouraging your toes, trying to point them towards your forehead. And you can start to feel that nice stretch to the back of the calf, down into that hamstring, and you can kind of bend that knee, kind of play with it till you find that awesome stretch. But as you think that you might need more, if you want to play with deepening that stretch, just encourage your toes towards your forehead instead of letting the foot fall to the bottom of the mat. And then the strap just kind of helps us to be able to relax the shoulders, the back of the head. Relax the upper body on the ground so you don't have to work too hard.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Nice job, you guys. And we're going to move our leg just a little bit while we're here. But if you want a little extra as we go along, you can straighten your left leg. You can keep it bent if it's too much. Just kind of wiggle around here. Find that nice stretch all the way through the back of the leg. And then from here, we're going to keep our right hip down on the ground, but I just want you to let the foot fall to the left just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like you maybe want to bring it in line with your left shoulder, but you might not even go that far. Keep your right hip down. And just feel the stretch through the leg. Nice job, you guys. And then you're just going to let your foot kind of rock back to center. If you need more, you just encourage your toes towards your forehead. And then we're going to let our foot just fall out to the right a little bit. You might have a little bit more space to encourage the toes and the foot up a little higher towards the top of your mat, or you might not. But just let the foot, the leg kind of fall to the right just a little bit. Awesome. And then we're just going to let that foot come back through center. Nice job, you guys. So this is just the first stretch for the hamstring that we're going to do on this right side, so don't worry. We've got a whole lot more, but I want you to start to bend that knee. Take your strap off of your foot. That right foot can find the floor. You can start to walk the left leg in if you sent it out. And we're just going to switch sides. So your strap can come onto the ball of that left foot just underneath your toes. Play with it till you find the stretch. Bend the knee, straighten the leg, whatever you got to do. Relaxing the shoulders. You could even close your eyes. Feel free to send the right leg out nice and long. Take a breath. And just start to feel. Just notice where you are feeling this stretch. All through the back of that lifted leg, and then we're just going to let the foot move a little bit. Just let it kind of rock, tip, move over to the right just slightly. Keep that left hip down. Maybe feeling this a little bit through the outer leg just slightly. And if you kind of lose the stretch of that hamstring, just encourage your toes a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Nice job, you guys. And then let's let the foot just kind of come back to center. You need to bend the knee, And then just let the foot fall to the side, the left side a little bit. Maybe that foot can come a little closer to the top of the mat, maybe not. Just do whatever you got to do to stretch the back of your leg. Nice job, you guys. And then slowly letting that foot come back through center. Awesome. And you can slowly start to bend your leg. Take your strap off of your foot. Your feet can come back to the floor. Walk that right leg back in. Maybe do a little rock side to side if you want to massage the low back a little bit. And then we're going to make our way all the way up into a seated position. So you can roll to the side. You can rock forwards. Just find your way up. We'll keep our right leg out and bring the left foot to the inner thigh. So that left foot's on that inner thigh. Make sure your right leg is coming straight out in front of you. If you don't have a strap, you're just going to point your toes up towards the ceiling all by yourself. Flex that foot, and if you've got a strap, place it right on the ball of that foot under those toes. And then let's take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And if you're already feeling the stretch to the back of the leg, you can stay sitting tall, or you can start to tip forwards. And maybe walk your hands a little closer towards your foot, but the strap is here to help keep the stretch while also letting us relax our upper body. So be gentle. It just kind of helps us keep our foot flexed and our toes pointing up towards the ceiling. But you can let your chest fall towards your knee as much as it would like to. And maybe you find that you don't need the strap, it's just kind of in the way. You can drop it, you can move it to the side. Nice job, you guys. Let's take one more breath here. And then use an inhale to lift your upper body up. You can bring your strap with you if it wants to gracefully come with you. And then send your left leg out. And bring your right foot to your inner thigh, switching sides. So not hanging out in any of these poses too long today. Grab that strap, put it on your foot if you're using one. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, you can tip forwards, you can fold if it feels good. Take your time. We're just trying to find a stretch to the back of the leg. Relaxing through the shoulders. And just encouraging those toes up towards the ceiling. Nicely done, you guys. Using an inhale when you're ready. Slowly starting to lift yourself back up. So I want you to bring that left leg in. We're going to send the right leg out one more time. You're going to have that strap on your foot again, just as we did. And then we're going to see this time if the foot actually wants to lift up into the air. So you can have your left foot on your inner thigh to start. It might move a little bit to keep you balanced, but your strap's going to be in the same place, just underneath your toes. And then you're just going to try and lift that foot, hover that foot just a little bit, keeping your spine nice and long. So the tendency is to kind of lean back and let the foot lift as high as it possibly can. But I want you to think about keeping the spine long and then lifting that foot. So you might lift your foot like an inch. You might lift the foot a little higher. And then you can move this left leg just so it's in a nice comfy spot. My foot actually comes underneath my right leg to help keep me nice and balanced. And you can scooch around so that you're sitting nice and tall, and you can let that foot lift as high as it wants to go. And you might be able to Lift that foot and hang on to it. You might be hanging on to your calf if you don't have a strap today and you can't quite get that foot. But let's find that nice long spine. Relax the shoulders. And this one's a little weird, so we're not going to stay too long. Just take one more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly let that leg come all the way down. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. Take your strap off. We've got to have a little fun, right? And send the left leg out. Bend that right leg in. Maybe you know where you want it. I'm just going to tuck my foot under my leg to start because that's what happened on the other side. And then you can slowly start to let that foot hover. Again, it might be just a little. That foot might not want to lift very high. Just encourage those toes up towards the ceiling. And then the tendency is to lean back, and you might end up leaning back to start, but then come back. Bring your shoulders forwards again. Sit tall, lengthen your spine, feel the stretch of the back of your leg. Have a little fun with it. I've got to challenge you guys every day. So this is your challenge. The strap is there to make those arms long. One more inhale, and let the exhale bring your leg all the way back down. Awesome, you guys. So let's send the right leg back out. Both of our feet are going to be out this time. And you don't have to have your feet together. I actually kind of want you to have them a little bit away from one another, maybe hip width apart if you want to get specific. And then bring your strap to your feet again under those toes. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, maybe add another forward fold. So those toes, the common thing of today is to point those toes up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the spine. Feel the stretch of the back of the legs. Nice job, you guys. And I like to move my upper body kind of up and down a little bit in this one when both of my legs are out. So if it feels good for you as well, just breathe. Kind of ride the wave of your breath. As you inhale, you can lift your chest. And as you exhale, you can tip forwards. Awesome, you guys. With an inhale, we're lifting all the way back up, and you can bring your strap with you. Start to bend your knees here. We're going to end on our backs, just as we started, kind of. We're going to send both of our legs up into the air this time, though. If you have any discomfort through your low back from those forward folds, just do a little rock side to side with your knees. Give it a little massage. And then we're going to send both of our feet up into the air. And same thing here. I want you to have your strap on both of your feet. Instead of having your feet all the way together, bring a little bit of space between them. Flex those feet. This time the toes are pointing towards your forehead instead of the ceiling. And then you can just think about bringing some movement into those legs. Maybe the low back wants to lift just a little bit, but you might notice that when you try to keep your low back down on the ground, you actually feel the stretch through the back of your legs and your hamstrings a whole lot more than when you let the low back lift. But you can kind of play with that and find what feels best for you and your hamstrings. And don't be afraid to move. Maybe those legs are rocking a little bit forwards and backwards. Maybe you are nice and still. Nicely done, you guys. Take just another moment here. Gently encourage your toes towards your forehead, so flex those feet, even if you got a strap on them. Awesome. And you can slowly start to bend your knees. Take your strap off of your feet. Move it to the side. You can bend your knees. You can give your knees a little bit of a hug. You can rock it out side to side a little bit. And just like that, we come to the end of our hamstring flexibility practice. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Short, sweet, nice stretches for the back of the legs. You can stay laying down for a moment if you'd like to spend a little bit of time in Shavasana. I highly encourage it. If you'd like to come find a nice comfy seat with me, come on up. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and let's all take a nice big inhale. Lengthen your spine and exhale. Relax those shoulders. Awesome job, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste.